What's up, everybody? Welcome to shoe review number 2. I appreciate everybody who watched the first video on the Hoka Arahi 4 and offered me some feedback. I tried to make the lighting a little bit better, and unfortunately I don't have a microphone, so I'll speak a little bit more clearly and hopefully that helps with things. Today I'm going to be talking about the On Cloudflyer. So, the first thing I really like about On shoes is they're lightweight. I don't necessarily always like running in a lightweight shoe. I do feel like, now that I'm a little bit older, I like a little bit more cushion as opposed to something light. But this felt like a great shoe to trade off with something like the Hoka Arahi 4. So I would do a lot of miles in that shoe, and then I would take this shoe when my legs felt heavy. I wanted a little pop in my run, a little bit more responsiveness, and this was an awesome shoe for that. So the Cloudflyer weighs right around 9 ounces for a men's size 9, and it's a 7mm offset. So again, perfect in that weight under 10 ounces, keeping it fairly lightweight, and then the offset is not crazy high, not crazy low. So it fits really well for me, and I know it's kind of a niche that I fit in, but if you need a mild stability shoe and you're not going to a zero drop and you're not going to a 10, 12mm offset, this is a great option for you. It's one of On's more plush shoes. It's a little bit heavier for the brand. So On uses their Cloud Tech technology. What that means is they have these little individualized cloud elements. Some people call them pods. Technically, they're called cloud elements. So that's what I'm going to refer to them as. So whenever you land, the cloud elements compress like that and respond back. And so you get good cushion out of this shoe, but you get that really responsive feeling because the cloud elements are responding back exactly where you landed. And so it feels very individualized. So if you're hitting that heel, you're going to feel that cloud element on the heel compress. So another cool thing about On shoes, they use what's called a speed board in their shoes. And what a speed board is it's a full-length plate of thermoplastic polymer that sits right between the Cloud Tech midsole and the upper. So every time your foot hits the ground, what's going to happen is these Cloud Tech elements are going to compress, and also that speed board is going to take the energy from your foot, it's going to flex, and it's going to load that energy into the next transition. So let's talk about the stability factor of this shoe, which I find really interesting. On does their stability in a different way. So if you look at the outsole of this shoe, you'll notice that the cloud elements are wider on the inside. So what that does is it stays a little bit more firm whenever your foot hits the ground and wants to roll through. So these aren't going to compress as easy as on the outside of the shoe. So that's going to keep the inside of your foot a little bit more stable. It's going to help protect that overpronation. It's going to help control it. It's very mild, but for those who pronate just a little bit, it's perfect. You don't need anything else. This shoe does wonderful with mild stability. So you'll notice on this Cloudflyer, the V-molded heel cup, it's a little bit wider back here. I thought it was incredibly comfortable. The thing is, I have a little bit more of a narrow heel like a lot of people do, and so I just did a heel lock with the laces. And you can look that up on YouTube. There's ways to do it, and that secured my ankle and really, made me feel stable in the shoe. So again, there's a couple ways to look at this shoe. If you've never tried a pair of Ons and you're interested, but say you're going from something that's a little bit heavier, maybe go into a model like the Cloudflyer. They also have the Cloud Stratus, which is a nice beefed up neutral shoe. I highly recommend this Cloudflyer. I thought it was a fantastic ride and gave me all the cushion that I needed. Or maybe you're a fan of On and you've been running in the flow, but you feel like you need a little bit more stability. Try this Cloudflyer. A little bit more cushion, a little bit more stability. It might just be that perfect fit. I also want to give a shout out to On Running for starting their professional team, which is not an easy thing to do. I thought the signs of Jake Riley, Joe Klecker, and obviously Oliver Hawar were fantastic. Really building a professional team that's going to be coached by Dathan Ritzenheim. Joe and Oliver also broke that sub-4 on Colorado soil in Ons. It's just an incredible way to start a professional team. So that is what I have on the Cloudflyer. I appreciate everybody who watched this video. If you have any questions on this shoe you want to ask, just leave them in the comments. If you have any shoes that you'd like for me to review, also let me know. You know, I'm open to trying all sorts of different shoes, trail shoes, racing flats. Just let me know. I'd be happy to review them. So enjoy the rest of your day, log some miles, get some good runs in, and I'll see you soon.